So I am doing a video in the car, which is one of the few times that I actually do this, but it has been official. Atlanta United have officially announced that Tata Martino will be leaving this year and that he won't be the manager of Atlanta United next season. And as much as it might sound very surprising that Tata is leaving Atlanta, the rumors were there for the last couple of weeks, and certainly the writings was on the wall that potentially Tata might be leaving this year and that he is probably going to accept that Mexico job by the end of the year. Remember, El Tri has been calling him and want him to be their next manager of the Mexican national team. And I think with this announcement of him not being at Atlanta next season, it pretty much is unofficially confirmed that Tata Martino is going to be joining El Tri and he is going to be the next manager of the Mexican national team. And as a U.S. men's national team fan, that has to hurt a lot. And that is probably a nightmare scenario that I will have to deal with, because knowing what Tata Martino and knowing what he has done with this Atlanta team and how he has just not only been a mastermind in terms of controlling this youth movement that Atlanta has, but now he's going to go to Mexico where they also are doing their youth movement, and that he is going to work with these young Mexican players. Yeah, there could be a possibility that Mexico could be a very, very good team and that they could be heading into these next couple of years as the top team in CONCACAF. And as a U.S. men's national team fan, I was hoping that we were going to be the one. And also, can I just once again take another kind of dig and kind of rant on the U.S. Soccer Federation of why in the world did we decide to not get Tata Martino? Like, I know that he doesn't speak English a lot and he only understands Spanish, and the U.S. Soccer Federation wants a manager that speaks English, and mostly he has to be Americans, and Tata of course is not American, he's Argentine. But knowing what Tata has done with Atlanta and knowing that the US are kind of like in the same kind of youth movement that Mexico is doing, why in the world did we try not to snatch him first before Mexico has done? I mean, it's just also another kind of example of how bad our soccer federation is. And even now we have a new GM, things are still haven't changed because we haven't got a manager yet. We still have not named a permanent manager that will be for the US men's national team. But shifting focus back into Atlanta and how this will really affect them, well, it's definitely gonna affect Atlanta heading into the future. I'm not quite sure will they be affected by this heading into the playoffs. I think the only thing that I would say would be a negative impact for them heading into the playoffs is that they know that their manager is not going to be there next season, and that the pressure is probably going to be really on them heading into the playoffs, where they need to get something going. Because I really think that when you look at throughout this season and what have they done throughout this season, I think this is kind of like now or never for Atlanta to potentially get an MLS Cup before next season, where there might be a little bit kind of uncertainty of who exactly is the next manager for that team and what exactly he's gonna do with the team. And you also wonder, most of these guys that is currently at Atlanta United, are they gonna be there next season? Obviously, the one guy that I can think that after this move of Tata not staying at Atlanta, that he probably will be moving on from Atlanta and moving overseas, is going to be Miguel Almiron. I mean, Miguel Almiron has been kind of rumored to be going to the Premier League. He's planning to join Arsenal or West Ham next season, or not even next season, but in this winter transfer window, and that he could start playing for them as soon as January. And knowing that Tata and Almiron has a very good relationship, the only reason why Almiron actually went to Atlanta was because Tata Martino was going to Atlanta, and basically he just followed the footstep of the manager of Atlanta United right now. And now knowing that he is going to be moving on and that he won't have Tata Martino there at Atlanta, I'm pretty sure Almiron is going to be thinking about leaving the club. And if they do leave the club, boy, that is going to be a big hole that Atlanta is going to have to fill. I mean, knowing how Almiron is just so important to Atlanta United, and you kind of even saw it in the last game against the Chicago Fire, where for the first time this season where Almiron was not on the pitch, you look how bad they were going forward and how much they just did not bring a lot of creativity going forward. And you know, now potentially not only they're gonna miss him for the next game, but most likely they're gonna miss him for next season and just beyond. So yeah, this is obviously a big kind of blow, and certainly that has now created a lot of kind of negative impact. And maybe now you would think heading into this off season, Atlanta might think about trying to retool and try to get things correct before next season. And you could also think that maybe Atlanta might not be as good as they were this season. I mean, this season has just been an incredible season for Atlanta, and it just also goes back to my point where they got to win MLS Cup this year, considering the fact that next season there's going to be so much uncertainty, and you don't know if that uncertainty is going to lead to success. So yeah, we'll see how this move is going to go for Atlanta in terms of the future and what they will do in the offseason. And if you're an Atlanta fan, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this news? Are you very sad that Tata Martino is moving on, or do you think that there is going to be something good in the future and that they might be moving on and trying to retool and basically trying to maybe go on another good run next season if they don't win MLS Cup this season? But yeah, let me know in the comments what happened with Atlanta heading into next season. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.